Good evening, everybody. How we all doing tonight? It is your man, MENARDO Rob. Mr. Zackson will be with us any minute. And we also have Metal Detecting Mermaid coming on tonight in about 20, 30 minutes. So, guys, it's going to be a very, very fun stream tonight. Even though Miss Denise has got me all doped up on over-the-counter meds for my cold. Fortunately, I don't have the cold as bad as she has. She's actually on 3 prescription meds right now because it's gone into her chest and coughing. And fortunately for me, it's just a regular head cold. So we're good to go here tonight, but no pain meds tonight. So we won't hopefully do anything stupid tonight. All right, let's start saying hello to all these good folks that are here and have been here for quite a while. Good evening, William E. I wish I could answer that poll with a yes. I actually am one of the people that did get to answer that with a yes. I found gold and silver a couple times on the beach. I don't think I've done it on the dirt. I did have one day where I hunted with Troy and somebody else during the daytime, and I found a little gold school pendant on the dirt. And then later that night, I went to the beach and got a piece of gold on the beach. So I have actually had a 2 gold day. That hasn't happened in a long time. Though. What? Why do you do this the minute your mother goes to bed? Why?
Hello, Tom.
Good evening, James, Iron Antler, Keegan, Mr. Greg. Thank you, Greg, AU Diver. Yeah, he had a kind of family emergency come up. He's dealing with that. He said he may have a chance to pop in, but he said don't count on it.
Is that what he told you?
Yeah.
Did you read the news today?
What was there, a rash of car burglars?
No, wildlife did a huge sting in his area. I didn't. They were kind of vague about the reason, but it didn't seem kosher.
Oh, you never know. Good evening, gentleman prospector. Happy Bears. Good evening, DK1. Good evening, Snap and Scavenge. Papa Rouse, Billster. There we go. Robster's here. Digging the dirt with 2 James. Zeus is crying because she left him with a MENARDO. Yeah, that's true. He can get down. You can get down. I got the chair out for him. So, howdy, Mystic. You say you heard her as soon as she gets here, James?
Phil Leo, Angel, Mr. Minix, Jim Steele, of course. Bill.
Danny T.
Canslaw.
Silver Wishes. Howdy, Canslaw. Brian Oilier. Woohoo! She got all the prizes marked out. I will mark them off, Silver Wishes. Thank you for letting me know. Awesome. Rob's been in a red checkmark mood, getting 21 out 2 days ago. I've got a little something to send to Danny D, and then Miss Charlie. Now that her and Juice have settled in out there in I think they're Oregon, I've got 2 prizes to send to her. And then I've got one I'm checking on for Lucinda right now. And guys, we're getting pretty caught. Oh, and Miss Patty. Patty D's here tonight. I did get another barber dime for her. And I think that's going to pretty much catch us up. I didn't realize I was at a barber, so I had to go buy her a barber.
Yodi pulled a MENARDO move today.
Well, Yodi, before I used to carry the bungee thing on my pinpointer, I lost a pinpointer in a park once. And I went back there and after hours and looked for it. But I think the guy who locked up the park that night saw that bright orange carrot laying on the ground and decided to see what that was all about because I never got that back.
Yeah, it was on eBay 2 days later.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. I did check the local pawn stores. He didn't pawn it because I did check the local pawn stores.
What's in the plug says he's still waiting for his, Rob. I don't know what that's about.
Yours was part of that 21 pack, John. So yeah, you should have that any day. Good evening, Gregory Gibson.
Hello, John Camper. Hello, Lucky Duck.
Hey, Super Nick Molnar. There's Miss Mermaid. She's here early with us tonight. Welcome.
Dirt Trolling Troy is here, and he's making it a point to tell us that usually way too late for him. He just got back.
It is. He's normally it's way past his little nighty bedtime here.
Hey, don't make fun of those of us who go to bed early. I like going to bed early.
Howdy, Neil. See, I've always been a 3 to 11 guy working, so this is like my dinner time right now. Even the year that I did driving the armored car, I was there like 10 days, and I came in for my day shift, and there was this guy sitting there in uniform in the break room, and I was like, well, who's he? I didn't see him this morning. Oh, he's the afternoon guy, 3 to 11. And I said, okay. He says he does the run from here to Orlando. He drives an empty truck to Orlando, and then they go to meet the Orlando company that unloads it from the Fed's airplane, and all he does is brings back 2 pallets of money every night. And I said, that's all he does? He goes, yeah. We can never find anybody that wants to work 3 to 11. And I said, I know I'm the FNG here. Been here 10 days. I'll take that job. And he says, you serious? You want it? And I said, yeah, I worked 3 to 11 my whole life. He says, it's yours. Come in tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And I been there 10 days, and I got the cushiest job in the company. And because it was the longest route with the armored car, they gave us the newest armored car with the best air conditioning, cruise control. And we just got on the thing. We drove the interstate from Clearwater to Orlando, backed in there. He got the forklift, loaded 2 pallets of $1 million onto the truck, and then we drove the truck back to our armored car thing, and we unloaded it, and that was my day. It was the cushiest job in the world.
How'd you screw it up?
I talked to a guy in the break room that knew that my partner, and he was all excited. It was his 10th anniversary, and after being with the company 10 years, he was making $2 more than me. And I went, no, I'm not going to be here 10 years from now and be only making $2 more than what I'm making now. I said, that just isn't cutting it. So actually, I didn't screw that job up. I got a very good reference for that job.
You didn't screw that up. It's just every time you tell me about something great happening, and I wait for but then.
Yeah, wait for the shoe to drop. That's right.
You crash the truck, you roll it, you left the door open.
No, that was the other the other new idiot we had that left the door open. That's a great story, though. But I'll be even further behind in the chat. So good evening. Nick says, we've got free snow up here. Just come up and pick it up. No, thank you, Snick.
I'm really glad it wasn't you that left the door open, Rob.
They fired him right there that day.
You don't say.
Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, we do not have an exterior key to the armored car. So somebody has to be in the armored truck at all times to let the other guy in when he comes in from picking up the money at a restaurant or bank, whatever he does. So what happens, the 2 guys stopped at a convenience store to get like a hot dog and a soda, and the senior guy, the trainer, is waiting in line to get his hot dog, and as he's waiting in line, he just kind of like turns around, looks around, and there's his rookie partner, 3 people behind him in line, and he's like, holy shit, what are you doing? And he goes, we can't get back in the truck. And he goes, no, it's okay. I left the door just cracked open a little bit so we can get back in the truck. So he left an armored car full of money with the door open with nobody in it. And he got him back in line. They got in the truck, and he said, just drive back to the station. And he went in the office, told the boss. The boss called the guy in and said, turn all your equipment in.
Wow.
Yeah, that was way beyond Menardo, miss. Hey, Mark the Berg Hunter, Yodi, Carrie, Rick Hay, Mark the Senile Detectorist. There's Miss Amanda. Everybody was looking where Miss Amanda was. She's here already.
I'm sure you guys can hear it. My neighbor's Huskies are singing us a song.
Huskies are famous for that. Now, is they singing it to you guys or to your Dobie?
No, that's somebody walking by. Or actually, no, they're howling like that. There's a siren going by.
Oh, okay. There's Mr. Greg. You all back from a long day of raising money for vets. That's because you're the man, Mr.
Nice,
Greg.
Ricky.
Howdy, Neil. Hobo Rob, good evening.
Hello, Culver.
That's hilarious. Howdy, Mrs. Can-Do. There's Miss Dina Littlehale. Good evening, Dina.
Oh, there's been all kinds of those, J. Paul.
Howdy, J. Paul. Relic Reaper Don. There's Mr. Vernon coming out swinging. Thank you, Vernon. Miss Georgianne.
For anybody asking, Charlie had some kind of other stuff going on tonight, so he had to take care of that instead of his Saturday night show.
Yeah, Bent Forks Prospecting. Good evening. Yeah, it.
I don't know what it is. It doesn't
Well,
make a difference.
Charlie's dad's dealing with a lot of health issues, and we'll just leave it at that. That Charlie's kind of the caretaker for the whole family, so it puts a lot on Charlie's shoulders, guys. So yeah, please keep Charlie in your prayers. Howdy, Miss Brooklyn Chick. I am also checking into the email you sent me, Miss Brooklyn Chick. There's Kansas Minix.
Just so you guys know, Charlie's always in my prayers. I pray he doesn't get my address. I pray he doesn't break my windows.
Good evening, Phil Leo, Texas Donna. How y'all doing? Doing laundry. Be right back. There's Miss Lucinda. Good evening. Sorry, I can't say it as beautiful as Charlie does. Marty V. And there's Angel, guys. Very good. She's rebuilding her channel. Miss Beth, BNS Odyssey.
You diver.
Cat Mom. Good evening, Cat Mom.
Hello, Mike the Greek.
Hey, Tom Kingery. Mike the Greek. Howdy.
Hey, Diver says it's a good thing Charlie has big shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, they come in handy. They do. See who we got here. Tom Kingery's here. Captain Vic. Good evening, Captain Vic.
Mystic Librarians out here trying to show off. 1933 Jimmy Allen Cadet Pilot wins, 2 silver rings and a handful of Wheaties.
Oh, Mystic. Yeah. That sounds awesome. He's making me want to get out to Tampa with him, Zach. He really is.
I'm hoping in about 2 months you can.
And I'm hoping in 2 months I can too, sir. And I don't want to dwell on that tonight, but I do have a second appointment with a different orthopedic specialist on Tuesday, guys. And keep your fingers crossed that goes good for me on Tuesday. And that's all I can pretty much say right now. Thank you. I believe that's Vernon. Thank you very much. Yep, coming out swinging. Thank you, Vernon. Much appreciated. And thank you, Vernon. That's much appreciated, sir. Because Rob went to 2 different silver dealers this week, and I got some good finds on silver. I spent about $55 on silver, guys. Got some really cool stuff. Some of that we'll be seeing Sunday. I
got a couple of boxes of coins I could keep you busy with on a live stream forever.
There you go.
And we would have to set it up one day. I hold them up. You tell me trash or save.
Guys, Grandma Kelly, please don't get upset if she doesn't say hi to you individually. She cut her hand or her finger really bad this week and had to get it stitched up. And then she apparently did something where she busted through the stitches and had to have it redone. So she's still having finger and typing problems. So she's just going to give a big hi to everybody. She sent me a nice, probably one finger text message, which is how I text. Hunter says, I'm going to Miramar Beach June 21st through 29th. Awesome, Hunter. Yeah, I really hope to be by this summer. I know I'm not going to make spring break, but I really hope to be back in the swing by this summer. Dirt Devil, Mr. Rogers here. Good evening. Sorry to hear that, Yodi. John Camper, good evening. I know Zach already saw it. I said hi to you, but Marty says he got his envelope today. Good to hear, Marty.
Now, all our regulars know I stay on live chat and you guys stay getting everybody.
Nick, I'll be happy to check out your video, sir. You always find some really pretty Canadian coins, sir.
Hello, Medical.
Cancel. I hate to say this, but I'm going to have to put him on the list of everybody else, sir. I just cannot detect right now. It's freaking killing me, but
currently Rob is our coin expert.
Yes.
He's brushing up his coin game.
I am brushing up my coin game, Zach. That's exactly right. I'm trying to learn more about coins right now. There's Rocky Mountain Brad. Good evening, Brad. Yep, Yodi, after you lose that first one, your carrot goes on a leash. Absolutely, sir. Thanks for joining us tonight, Mr. Troy.
Who was it? I was in somebody's chat. They were talking about a lady was talking and they were metal detecting and they drug their carrot behind them or their pinpointer behind them on like a leash from their belt loop to see if it went off for anything it missed while they were swinging, which it was.
Well, you know, that X Finds Treasure, whatever that channel is, that's supposedly what he does. He supposedly drags it around and then his pinpointer stops right where he finds some multi-million-dollar, ancient treasure. And guys, I'm not recommending that channel. They're about as fake as they come. And he is literally just does it for the views. It's the fakest metal detecting channel. I don't encourage you to go watch it. It makes the metal detecting community look really bad.
It ruins the hobby. It's great for metal detector sales, but it's It ruins what the hobby's really about. 99% trash and 1% good stuff if you're lucky.
Yeah. Workman's, good evening.
Hello, Workman.
Mr. Troy sent me another picture to Dalton and I this week of more silver he's gotten.
Isn't he like the biggest silver finder on YouTube?
I'm telling you guys, check out Dirt Troll and Troy's channel, guys. If you want to see phenomenal finds, okay? Just silver after jewelry, after coin, after Wheatie, the occasional Indian. If you want to see real life metal detecting in an area that's not super old, like area in Tampa Bay is not old, Troy's your man. I'm jonesing to get back out with Mr. Troy and Mr. Dalton. Medical detectors, good evening. Ringo and Czar, hello. Colonel's collecting, good evening. I had to go buy more stamps, Zach. After mailing out 21 packages, I had to go buy another book of the U.S. flag stamps, and then I had to go get me a whole sheet of the
globals.
Yeah, not the globals. I still got some globals. I had to get a whole sheet of the non-bendables, the non-machinables.
What do you use those for?
For these these are for the quarters, the half dollars, and the rounds. These are the same size as a regular small envelope, but when you put the piece of cardboard in, see what I do is I put the piece of cardboard in like that into the envelope, and then I slide the half dollar inside I cut the envelope and slide the half dollar. So when you feel that, if you're somebody wanting to check mail, you don't feel the half dollar. You just feel a piece of envelope, so it feels like a postcard or something. And everybody says, well, you shouldn't say that on eBay. I don't think mail thieves are watching this Zoom tonight to figure this out. But yeah, these ship out, and you could just use this non-bendable stamp for, I think it's instead of being 65 cents or 70 cents, whatever it is, it's like $1.28 or something. And then that's about the same price as your global stamp. I can mail this to Canada too for that global stamp for $1.28. So I can mail up to a half dollar or a half ounce round up to Canada without breaking the bank for shipping.
I don't understand why you need the non-bendable stamp.
It's non-machinable because if this won't bend, they can't put it through the machine. They have to hand sort it. So it's called the non-machinable stamp because this won't bend, so it won't go through the high-speed machines. So of course they charge you extra for that, Zach. There you go. Cancel says I'm 9 subs away from 200. The 200 sub to my channel will get a free real Canada maple syrup can. Boom. There you go, Cancel, guys. Check him out. He's close.
Wendy says her post office considers bubble mailers a package.
Yeah, Wendy, let me tell you something. Wendy got one of my package. She was talking about that in the stream, and I hadn't seen her email yet. And I sent Wendy one of these, and it had the $1.40 stamp on it or whatever, and the post office wrote 405 postage due. Let me tell you something, Wendy. All you have to do is tell them, I want to see on their wall next to their station at their thing, they have a slot. And if that fits through their slot, that's supposed to go for a stamp. My guy puts every one of these through the slot, and if it fits through without hitting the slot, they have this long, narrow slot. And if they put this right through like that, and it goes through there, they are supposed to treat that as a letter, okay? And you need to point that out to whoever's their postmaster, that this qualifies as a letter. It's the thin enough bubble wrap that it qualifies as a letter. Yeah, I was pretty pissed at her mail people when she showed me that. Take the snow, take it all.
Send it,
Brian America, Brian Oilier. Yeah, no, we don't. You don't need to FedEx because if you FedEx your snow, it's going to be like Charlie. It's just going to show up here as dry water. John, he's dealing with some issues at the house right now. You might want to give him a call, sir. Brooklyn Chick, I am absolutely phenomenal, except for my hip. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah, that is pretty shocking, J. Paul.
I've thought of it, Phil, but you'd have to be pretty creative not to get the RC car setting that thing off. You'd have to put it on like a selfie stick 4 feet in front of the car. Could be done though.
William, I can't tag people from the StreamYard side. I keep the StreamYard chat open and I keep the regular channel open. And when you go to the regular channel, I go to participants, and that's where I can see if a person's in the chat or not if they've left a comment. Now,
No,
I don't know.
I think what William's
asking, do that.
William's asking how to highlight the name because he's on a laptop, which he's not used to. You use the @ symbol and start typing their name, and it'll pop up in the bottom bar, and you can just click on it.
Ah, okay. Thank you, Zach. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you did.
There's Lucky Duck Digger. Welcome. Scroll down. There's Mr. Ed flashing the hand pan. Welcome, Ed.
Phil, I see no reason why once you got it worked out to where the car wasn't setting it off, you hook that thing to a little RC car, you could cover a lot of ground. You couldn't get the side-to-side swing, but you could get the straight line drive pretty quick, and you'd have little tracks that you could follow to keep your rows straight. You could move.
What, you mean like an RC car with the pinpointer behind it?
On it, yeah.
I guess if you had one on the beach with the big knobby tires, I guess you could do that on the beach. Most stuff on Clearwater Beach, most stuff is not deep. Not everything, but most stuff's not deep.
Well, I mean, your modern RC cars are good enough. They can yeah, exactly what you mean. They can the sand's not going to be an issue. They don't weigh enough for the sand to be an issue.
Howdy Eaton Beach. Howdy Rocky Fry. Welcome back. Okay, we got Rocky his
I don't know how you could use a drone.
Mike, that's a deal, sir. That is a deal. How you, old Danny boy?
Do the same with a drone. I agree with Phil. I don't understand why somebody hasn't set an RC car up and just sit in their chair and drive it back and forth till they get signals. But I imagine there's going to be so many signals that it would be futile. But I mean, you could turn your discrimination up to where it's only going to get your gold or your silver, and
Thank you, Grandma Kelly. Well, see, that's the problem. Most pinpointers, not all, but most pinpointers, including the carrot, they don't discriminate whether it's iron or not. It just picks up a metal signal.
Oh, but I got a better one for you. Also heard this week. And keep in mind, I'm a guy who's never swung a detector. Somebody, or that same person who had the detector thing, they told us about a trick they'd learned with the Garrett. When turning the Garrett on, if you hold a piece of metal to the front of it, to wherever the pinpointer is in, when turning it on, that turns on discrimination against that particular metal. So
okay, I believe that because that's what you do for water. I never knew. I knew the Garrett was waterproof, but I never knew how to use it underwater. So what you have to do is you have to put it underwater and then turn it on, and then because you got it in the water, it like you said, it balances out the water, and then you can use it underwater. But if you take the pinpointer and turn it on, and then you stick it in the water, the second it hits the water, it goes off.
Yeah,
so
they said do that same thing with metal or like pop tops or whatever. You can only discriminate out one, but if you turn it on
right. And on the beach,
pick that up anymore.
Bottle caps are your most prevalent thing. So if you discriminate out the bottle caps, you're saving yourself. Yeah, that's a good tip, Zach. Thank you very much. Good evening, Gary.
I know everything. I don't even metal detect.
You're the man.
I'm giving you pointers, and I don't even enjoy the hobby.
Well, if you can't be a jock supporter, Zach, then be a jock supporter. So, Digging SoCal. That's right, guys. He just left a comment. Check out their 2 videos. It was nice seeing Miss Christine finally getting out, not working a double one time. So she hit a park. The title to their video was very funny. Lance McWillan, good evening.
Try it, SoCal. Make sure it works. That's just what I had heard. But keep in mind, if you guys check that and you figure out it does work, that is great metal detecting comment. There is how teach your carrot how to discriminate.
Yep.
It doesn't work on other brands, but you can.
I'm going to try that, Zach. I really am. It's Javier, bro. How we doing?
How far away is your carrot?
It's out. Actually, it's in the truck. It's locked up in the truck tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm not hobbling out to the truck tonight.
I'm not walking out to my truck, and I don't even have to hobble. I'm lazy. I own one detector that one of our gold community members gave to me because I was getting ready to buy a gold detector, and he recommended that I get any detector, use it, and make sure that it's a hobby I'm going to enjoy before I spend the money. And thank him for it because it's a hobby that you can't enjoy with other people around.
Yeah, Greg, I'm trying to get caught up on the chat so we can get Miss Mermaid up here.
Silver Wishes get Mermaid 15 more subs, and they're going to give away 3 dimes.
Silver Wishes. Wow, thank you very much.
Hello, Chris Roberts.
Howdy, Chris. Northern Found, good evening.
We're not getting a JP raid already, are we?
I don't know, but we'll definitely get over there and have folks do a raid and make sure we get his numbers up tonight before we leave.
Absolutely.
Here's Mr. Pat Paul. Good evening, Pat Paul. Lawrence. Yeah, Mermaid. I don't even consider them a real channel, Mermaid.
Hey, Rob, you want to know another trick I learned?
Go ahead, sir.
If you can get the squeaky toy away from your dog fast enough before they kill it, when they come back hunting for it and they go to bite it and you stick it in their mouth and squeak it, it reverberates their head a lot. So she does not like that.
Good evening, Jeremy. Bart Cummins.
Relic Reaper's got JP Lon's link up there. Hit that. Go hit him a like. Let him know Rob sent you.
I would probably say no, Bart. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Wendy. I will, the next time you win a dime, Wendy, or even up to a quarter, I will make sure it's in a regular envelope, Wendy. Carrie, I got one guy at my place that's really strict. So if it passes through him, it should pass through anybody. That's why when Wendy showed me that picture, it really upset me because I have a guy that's really strict, and he won't take the bigger green one to go to Canada because it's a little bit bigger than this one. He won't let me do the green one to Canada, but he will let me do this one to Canada. And I've never had a Canada one come back and say you owe postage.
Nice, America.
Yeah, Mystic. I'm going to hold any comments on that, Mystic, but that would be interesting.
My post office works good. I can't complain much.
Sent envelopes to the UK today, $8.60. Damn. Yeah, I don't ship anything bigger than a quarter out to Europe, guys. In one of these. Oh, that's what he's talking about. Putting a small coil under his RC car. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you could do it, but you would need to put the coil on a selfie stick type thing and put the control box on the car, and I think you could do it. There's too many metals.
David,
and too many kinds of metals.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with that, or not disagree, but say I don't like gridding, David, because to me that kind of makes your fun day a work day. Now I know it's more efficient. It's definitely more efficient. You're gonna not miss things as much. But I watched a couple one night that did Clearwater Beach, and they were like professional metal detectors, and they each took a section of the beach and they gridded down there, and they ignored every coin signal, and all they looked for was the jewelry signals, because what they did is they traveled. They lived in a motorhome or van, and they traveled from beach to beach, and all their job was to look for jewelry, sell that jewelry to pay for their gas and their lodging, and that's all they did. And they went down the beach gridding. And I went to me that was like a night of work. That wasn't a night of fun to me.
That is work, but it pays for the hobbies. Megadog 555 is in the house. Hello, Mega.
Good evening, Megadog.
Awesome person. JP Lons is over here giving us a hello. Let's get over to
JP.
Get some likes hit over there. They are at 39 right now.
Thank you, James Eller. Show me Stacker. Good evening, sir.
We try to keep the politics out of chat.
Yeah, see, there you go, Medical. I knew somebody had a pinpointer that discriminated, so thank you for that, Medical. I'm not doing too bad. Well, yeah, I am. I'm 7 minutes behind. Let's scroll down, just make sure we don't miss a new name coming in.
Hello, Texas Donna.
Nice to have an Eaton Beach Treasures with us tonight.
American Gold Prospectors, hello. If you guys can get over to JP Lawns, hit the like for him. It's greatly appreciated. Try to get that number up.
Bill, that sounds awesome. Denise and I and her parents did 29 states in a motorhome, and we loved every minute of it. I would do that again.
Carolinas, I can see the logic in what they're doing by gridding and only going for the more high dollar targets. Because if you're gridding and you grid out a beach in an hour for rings and necklaces, and you don't find anything, then you can move along to another spot instead of spending three hours digging up all the coins and whatever trash. If they're good at what they're doing and they know they can grab the gold, and they're doing it as a job for money, then I can see why they're doing it. Realistically,
I got an absolute perfect 29 signal in my Knox once. It was absolutely positive. I was hunting with Troy in a field, and it was a practice soccer field where like the guys had pickup games of soccer in a park in Tampa, and it was absolutely perfect 29. And I put my little digger down and popped it out. Absolutely 100% positive it was just going to be a regular quarter, and an absolutely stunning men's gold or silver wedding ring came out. Absolutely stunning silver ring. Surprised the hell out of me. So there are some jewelry you can get on Coin Signal to Jeremy's point. Howdy, Fairy Dust.
It's all about percentages.
Yep. Oh, wow. So wishes, Rob. I found out Mermaid and I have the same last name. Small world. It is a small world. Thank you. Mystic says we're already at 68 likes. Please smash that like button. Pinger Prospecting. Good evening. Can do. Good evening. Mega Dog. There's Mr. Wygold.
Nice, Mega.
There's David Alfonsetti. Good evening, David. American Gold Prospectors. Good evening. No, it was, Phil. It was. Mega Dog needs a wrench. Let's see if we can get Mega Dog a wrench.
Mega Dog's an awesome person.
All right, let me stop the chat because I see Mega Dog right there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not vouching for their methods, but I can see the justification and why they're doing it like that. It's all in how good they are with their machines.
Yes. Like you say, it just depends on what they're trying to accomplish. Good evening, Moon over Miami.
Well, they're running it like a business. Cut and dry to the facts. They don't want your quarters. You know, they're probably going to miss some, but they're running it like a business. Whatever works for them. In reality, they're doing everybody else a favor because they're only trying to get the best signals. They're not trying to get all the signals. No cancel.
Nice, Mega Dog. Yeah, it hits a 29. Nice, Wendy. Found a 42 nickel in my drawer this week. Very nice. Oh, I like Cladish rings, Jody. I've only ever found one Cladish ring in my detecting. Miss Mermaid says great most of the time. Oh my God. 10:19. I made it to the bottom of the chat, Zach. So what? 19 and 15? 34 minutes.
That's a new record.
It might be. All righty, Zach. Well, I told Miss Mermaid we'd have her up as soon as we got caught up on the chat. So I sent her the link. So Miss Mermaid, if the link works for you, pop one up. And if it doesn't, I'll put the link in the chat for you. Absolutely, Rocky Fry. Absolutely.
I was just going to highlight that one too.
Gary, thanks for hanging out with us. I know 3 a.m. comes early, so thanks for hanging out with us that you could. There's Miss She-Devil. Good evening, Miss She-Devil. And there is Miss Leanne, a.k.a. Crazy Cat Lady.
Hello, Leanne.
Look at that. There she is.
Hello, everybody.
That worked really well. I've never done that before, sent a link to somebody. So everybody that doesn't know, this is Miss Anna, Metal Detecting Mermaid, or as Denise called her when she forgot her channel name, Little Mermaid. So I said, don't say that because I'm going to be calling her that, and I don't want to call her that. So, but I do like the mermaid statue you have on that one beach. That's really cool.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
How long's that been there?
Long time. I don't know exactly, but a long time.
Now,
Probably since the last time it snowed down there. So,
yeah.
forever.
Digging SoCal Bill says, who does not know Anna at this point? Yeah, guys, Anna's kind of taken the our little community by storm here in the last 2-3 months. Really happy she found our little Sunday morning and Monday Digs group, and some of the other, the Sunday night guys. Also that Tim and Kathy do from Team Lynch and Bill and Christina. So it's funny because that mermaid statue reminds me, when you go to Disney's private island on the Disney cruise, they have a buried statue of Mickey Mouse down about 8-10 feet in the swimming area. Then you can either bring your own or rent snorkels and goggles and dive down and see the Mickey statue underwater. So they do fun stuff like that over there.
Thank you, Fairy Dust.
Thank you, Fairy
Great
Dust.
dog.
I see that.
Thank you, Fairy Dust. There's Miss Anna's channel, guys. And how many did you say you're away from 700?
Me, I'm at, I don't know, around 712 or 715.
Oh, guys, she's already blown past 700.
What's more important is that I'm only about 80 hours away from the 3,000 hour benchmark.
Nice.
To get monetized. So if anyone here wants to put on one of my live streams, they're about 2 hours, and just let it rip, that would be awesome. I'm 80 hours from being monetized.
Now, Mermaid, are you doing very many shorts out of your content, or are you building them all with long form?
I think I've only got 4 or 5 shorts. It's all been long form.
She's just I just checked her channel. She's got 6 or 7 shorts. She's just starting on that.
Now, if you started adding shorts into your diet on schedule, 1 a day, 2 a day, or something like that, and you can cut them out of your previous long form videos, your counts, even though you're already on a really fast ride, your counts would reflect it greatly.
There's
Yeah, I was
Reed,
looking at my analytics not that long ago and saw that I was getting more than I expected, a more than I expected number from. Well, no, I mean, I think I'm averaging about 14 subscribers per short. But still, if I have more of them, that means more, and they're easy to do.
Now, look, Silver Wishes has a question for you. She doesn't live in any state.
I live in Mexico, Silver Wishes.
Tell us where at Mexico you are.
I am about an hour, well, from my house. I live in the jungle. I live very, very remotely in the jungle.
Guys. I watched
there are
the video.
No cars where I live. It's remote. From my house, I'm about an hour and 20 minutes from Puerto Vallarta.
So is that where you go to do you're a tour guide, correct?
I have a boat tour business. It's only part-time. I have a website. I don't really advertise it. The right people find me. So in the winter, I have 1 or 2 tours a week. And in the summer, I have maybe 2 a month. And that's fine. I mean, I would like to have 1 more a week, but not enough to work at making that happen. So obviously,
you're actually busier in the winters when more people are getting out of, like all the people now that have all the snow in these areas. So basically, your winter snow people come down here to stay warm in Mexico. So you're busier then, and then in the summer. That's interesting.
Yeah, our high season is definitely winter. Summer here is really hot and humid.
So do you?
American snowbirds bless everybody.
Did you? I watched the video where you hiked from your house, guys. On my best day, before I had any hip problems, on my best day, I couldn't have done that hike, and I sure as hell couldn't have done it barefoot. I mean, she hiked. How long did that hike take you just to get to that beach? 40 minutes, 50 minutes?
Well, from the time the video started is about 45 minutes, 40 minutes, well, 40 minutes from where it started. But that spot is another 20, 25 minutes hike from my house. So it's an hour and 5 minutes from my house to that beach.
Wow. Now, do you do okay at that beach? Because it looks like a fairly small beach.
No, it's actually good size. It's pretty good. I've detected there a couple times, but it's really sanded in. and I didn't get there early enough. And I don't have headphones, so when there are a lot of people around, it's really hard for me to tune into the detector. I do much better when the beach is really quiet.
Ah, okay. I don't like wearing headphones on the beach either. One, especially during the summer here, it's very hot to wear headphones. And I tried. I can say this now because my detector's out of warranty once. I tried the wired headphones that are for the land, and I tried using them in the water once, and immediately fried. Immediately fried.
Ooh.
They make waterproof headphones for a reason, guys. You can't just plug your land ones in and think that's going to work, because it didn't. I mean, I kept this part out, but the wire part, yeah, no, that didn't work. But yeah, I don't like wearing headphones either anytime I'm detecting. And I think sometimes that's why Dalton and Troy find a little bit more than me, because they wear the little earbuds. They just get the $10 earbuds. Leave it up to Pat. How we doing, Pat?
That's very mild for Pat.
Yes, it is very mild for Pat.
I saw a question from Relic Reaper.
Go ahead.
Relic Reaper, both of my houses are open air. So I have windows, but I don't have glass. I have glass in the jungle house. I have glass in both doors, and I have one window with partial glass. But the bathroom has no glass, and then another window on back here has no glass. And then in my city apartment, I have a door with no glass, and I have a really big window with no glass. I've actually got a picture of it. So, but one door does have glass. So it's different.
So you just have screen? You just
No,
have screens
well,
out, or they open?
They're in my bathroom. I do have screen because I don't want scorpions. But basically, it's all open. All right, I know I had this.
I don't want scorpions either.
Phil Leo's pointing out here, the boot of Cortez, which is a very large gold nugget, was found in Mexico by an amateur detectorist, one of the world's largest nuggets.
Outstanding.
Wow. That's very cool.
Absolutely, Brian. Nobody wants your snow, Nick. Absolutely.
Send the snow, Brian. We'll take your snow.
Okay, I'm not seeing it now. Oh, there it is.
That does count, son.
That's my apartment. That's an open air window.
Wow. Okay.
So that's all open. Yeah, it's weird to be in a city and not have windows, but it is what it is. Works. I'm going to turn my camera off just for a second. I think it's really dirty because my picture is really fuzzy, isn't it?
It is a little blurry. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me, I don't know how to do that. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to do a swipe. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
If this helps any. Maybe?
It did help. It made it a little bit brighter.
All right. It's probably my internet. It's not the best.
Probably.
That's a little better, yeah.
Ellsworth, I do not want a snow blizzard down here. I never saw my first scorpion, Jeremy, until I moved to Florida. Thank you, Grandma Kay.
See, you guys all complain about the desert. It's so hot here, we don't even have bugs.
Good.
Oh,
Barely
man, Zackson, we have bugs that I just don't even think are classified in a book anywhere. We've got crazy bugs.
If the weather's perfect, we'll get some flies.
I dug up 3 scorpions this winter on the claim. Yeah, no thanks, Rob. And it's nice when you go to the beach here in the wintertime. It's usually pretty bug free in the wintertime. At summer at sunset, around sunset, you get all the little no-see-ums that will just eat you alive. But in the wintertime, we're pretty bug free down here. Now, okay, I wanted to ask you also, are you new to metal detecting, or are you getting back into it that you used to do it a while back?
Me?
Yes.
No, I've never done it before. I've never even seen a metal detector before.
Okay, so what got you into wanting to do the hobby?
It was really a combination of things. Specifically metal detecting. I was just on YouTube one night, and I don't know why this showed up in my feed, but an underwater metal detecting video showed up in my feed. And of course, I'm a water person. And I watched it and I thought, I could do that. And it was inspiring to me because I had found myself spending more and more time just sitting in front of the computer doing nothing. And I live in this beautiful place and I'm in my mid 50s. I'm still healthy. And I thought, you know what? But breaking inertia is really hard when you don't have a reason to break inertia. Like just to make myself get up and hike down the mountain and go do something. I mean, all that means is I'm going to spend money and, what am I going to do? So it was really inspiring to me. And, obviously I'm not going to start in the water. One, because it's cold, the water's chilly now. And two, because I knew that it wasn't that easy and there was a lot to learn. So I started voraciously researching about metal detecting and what might be good for the beach. And that's when I had narrowed it down to the Simplex Ultra or the Xterra Pro. And enough people on YouTube who seemed expert and like they had a history had said that the MindLab products were a little better in saltwater. So that's what I went with. It was the best that I could afford. I could have probably gotten one step up, but not knowing if I even liked the hobby, I didn't want to risk that.
Absolutely.
That's how it all
Yeah.
happened. I just fell in love.
That's what happened to me. I saw a Hoover Boys video. I was watching the show. What the island show? What the hell is it, Zach? Curse of Oak Island, and
Is that garbage?
the only guy on that show that ever found anything was the guy with the metal detector. All the guys digging holes 80 feet deep, they never found shit. It was the guy with the metal detector that kept finding 17 and 1800 stuff. And I was like, and he used a MindLab. So I researched MindLab, and I set a goal of 1,000 or under for a detector. And they at the time they had the MindLab Xterra 705 at $799. And the place I went to, if you bought it, they threw in a free gold coil with it. So I got a $210 gold coil with it for free. And but the only thing, if I would have realized how fun water detecting is, that you're right, Snap and Scavenge. That show is the gold mine. That you're exactly right. I would have probably got a water machine, but as soon as I went to a lake in Georgia on vacation once, and I put my machine up to just like 3 feet up to the shaft, and I found my first coin underwater in a lake. I said, that's it. My next machine will be waterproof. And then about 6-8 months later, MindLab came out with the 600 and the 800 that were waterproof to 10 feet. And I immediately signed up and put on the list to get one of those.
Super.
And I bought 3 of them now. So, well, actually 9 if you count the 3 they've had to, or the 6 they've had to send me because mine got wet underwater. So
I got a question for you, Mermaid. What are you enjoying more about metal detecting? The act of detecting itself and the finds you find, or the amount of social interaction and activity you get from doing it on YouTube? Because obviously the detecting has its own rewards, but you seem very social, and you're not living in a very social environment. You live in the freaking jungle.
I am not social at all, Zackson. Not at all. I am borderline reclusive. I can go days and days and days and not speak to a single person, and I'm perfectly fine and happy. I'm reclusive. I'm not
that
social.
was me back in my single days. When I had my days off.
I love
my days
being
off in the
alone.
police department, I could get up in the morning, have a couple bowls of cereal for breakfast, read a book, have a couple more bowls of cereal for lunch, read a book till dinner time, have a couple more bowls of cereal, read till I fell asleep, not talk to another person, left the house, and it was a great day.
Yep.
I had Denise's neighbor across the street said, you need to go, you haven't worked in years, you need to go back out and get a job. And I'm like, why? You need to interact with people your age and get out there, be social. I said, I got plenty of friends. I don't need to be having work friends social. But now it's funny because you said your age earlier, and I wasn't going to ask you tonight, and I was going to assume that you were mid-40s, and so
Nope.
Mermaid, I caught what you were saying in a chat a week or two ago, and you told us about your age. You gave us a rundown of in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s. I'm like, wow, she's in her 50s then.
No, I would have said somewhere between 42 and 47. But I don't do that because I've guessed wrong a couple times and pissed women off, so I don't do that anymore.
I always guess about 5 years younger. It's worked well for me.
I was in the nursery once looking at my sister's baby, and there was a lady standing next to me with a big belly. And I said to her, I said, "So when do you do?"
Fucking idiot.
Mine's right there. Yeah, mine's right there. And I didn't know. I was young. I was like 24. I didn't know women still had that postpartum bump and everything. I didn't know that. I mean, so yes. How soon do you do?
Yeah, you don't do that, Rob.
That's my I've been a Menardo for a long time.
That's not a wise choice
Rob,
at all.
To be fair, Rob, I mean, I've never had kids. I've done the same thing with women, and you'd think as a woman I should know better, but I don't. I mean, I've never been around pregnant people. I have no idea. I've done the same thing.
I'm not even going to say anything because nothing good can possibly come of it.
No, we'll just move right on that.
We're moving on down. We could switch to politics and have better outcomes. No,
I when I had my flea market business, I had two women come in. And they were sisters, and I thought the one was the mother and the daughter. Well, the one that was the I said, "Are you guys sisters?" Well, the mother thought that was great. The one that was a daughter, she wasn't real happy about that at all.
Now, Mermaid, are you on a computer or a phone?
I'm on a computer.
So
are you at your place?
I've never had
a. Are you in the city?
What?
Are you in the city tonight, or are you up in the mountains?
I'm in the jungle.
You got pretty damn good internet.
Usually the stream is better than this. I'm sorry it's so blurry.
No, you're uploading and dealing with a lot of chat at the same time.
You see, Rob, and that's just sad, Rob. I can't metal detect the beach barefoot like she does all the time. Florida Knox, look at this guy up here. Boom, gold and silver in the same hunt. Yes, coins. Yeah, slob. There's the original slob, guys. Him and Troy and I were supposed to do a hunt in a park. I'm not going to say where. And my knees hurt too bad because I've been detecting a lot. So I didn't go with Troy and Dalton. And that was the day Mr. Dalton got his gold coin. And it was on a signal that Mr. Troy passed over. So guys, we've all done it. I passed over the signal that Jeremy got the gold ring, and Troy didn't dig up a zinc penny signal, and it turned out to be Mr. Dalton's gold coin. So thanks for being here with us tonight, Dalton.
Carolina's giving you a piece of advice you should have got about 30 years ago, Rob.
Yeah, you're right.
Phil, I do often carry a machete. Yeah, I pretty much always have a knife or a machete with me. If I'm going in the jungle behind my house because there's nothing, I always carry a machete.
What do you got down there for big critters?
We have jaguars, bobcats, mountain lion. I think that's about it for big.
Evening, Doug.
You ever see them?
No, I've heard a jaguar a couple of times in the jungle behind the house, but I've never seen one.
Big Flip Coins, welcome to the stream.
It's good they're not running rampant then.
Yeah, I said this on Shane's channel. I think they have enough to eat out there. I don't think they want to come this way.
Cancel, she does. I've seen her do both. I've seen her wear footwear, and I've seen her not wear footwear.
No, I only wore flip-flops when the sand was so damn cold I couldn't stand on it barefoot. That's it. I never wear shoes.
It's funny because our problem here at Clearwater Beach in the summertime, the sand is so hot you have to wear shoes because it's just too hot to walk.
Yeah, it might get that way here in the summer too. Our sand, but I'm usually out pretty early in the morning. So hopefully not.
Snap and Scavenge, congratulations. There you go. Good question from Hobo Rob.
Yes, Rob. I probably won't detect that. Well, yeah, I probably will at some point. I want to get back in the jungle behind my house first, just so I can practice a little bit. I would like to detect that trail. It's really narrow in most of it, and it's pretty packed down from horse travel and burro travel. But there's got to be stuff there because it is a fairly popular hiking trail for tourists. So there's got to be stuff there.
I would
So
think
Leo
so.
says you need a
I
blowgun.
just got a digger. I just got my first digger, so I had a digger. So I was pretty limited to the beach. But now with a digger, I can scout around a little more and do some more areas.
Now, do you feel content with the equipment you have, or do you feel like you need to continue buying equipment and change what you're using?
I'm very happy with what I have, and I wouldn't complain about getting a triple score.
You have 2 detectors now, right? I believe, or do you have 3?
Oh, guys, want a confession?
Go ahead.
I broke my Elite.
Oh no, but it's under warranty, right?
Yeah.
No, I broke my Elite.
No, you didn't. It fell apart out of the box when you.
That's right. That's right. Send it back to him.
I saw it.
No, I've already. No, it was. I'm not going to do that. It was my fault. I am in contact with them, and they're going to take care of it. I mean, I'm going to have to pay it, but the problem is getting the parts they need to Mine Lab Mexico to get it fixed. I'm going to get it fixed, but I busted it the second time I used it. I'm sick about it.
What'd you break?
I'm sick about it. I mean that, I earn Mexican wages, or I earn wages commensurate with Mexican wages. So for me, that was a really hefty investment. And the second time I used it, I broke it. I don't know what happened, to be honest with you. I was in the ocean. It was here in front of my house. The ocean was really calm. But and I'm in the water probably 3 or 4 times a week, and I didn't expect to get tossed around as much because I've never had to stay planted in one spot with something sticking out from my body that also has weight and resistance. And I even had my camera on, and I've gone through the footage. I don't know what happened. The only thing I could think is that I got tossed around a little bit, and I had a heavy chunk of iron in the bag, and the only thing I can think is that got smashed on the control panel, but I broke the control panel. I smashed it.
Okay.
That sounds like
I saw a guy. I saw a guy stand up once using his machine as basically a crutch to get up with, and he snapped the ears off that coil and the knocks right away, and sent it back to him, and they sent him another coil under warranty.
Yeah, I'm sick about it, and I think they're going to be nice to me, but I mean, still, it was my fault. I don't know how it happened exactly, but it wasn't like that when I took it out of the box.
If it makes you feel any better,
I'm just not a cheat. I'm not gonna. I can't say I didn't think about it. I thought about, well, I can just order one and then return this one and say it was broken, but I can't do that. I thought about it, and 30 seconds after I had the thought, I felt sick. So no, that's just not my way.
Don't feel so bad, Anna. There's one guy in the community here that he got a brand new magnet fishing kit, and on his first throw, he forgot to put Loctite or anything on the bolt, so the magnet just kept going.
I didn't know you're supposed to put. I didn't know they didn't come tightened down from the factory. So, like on my third throw, I saw the rope go that way, and the magnet went that way. But luckily, we had a Northern Tool about 5 minutes away, and I drove back to Northern Tool, bought a $10 magnet from them, and started throwing it in. And like on my 5th or 6th throw, I was able to recover my good expensive magnet. But yeah, that's when you learn that little Loctite in the magnet box kit's there for a reason.
And you should probably read that little note that comes on top of it that says Loctite and Tighten bolt.
Yes, you should read those instructions. Absolutely, Lance. That's exactly right. That's a good picture, Lance, with those 3 machines on the hood of that Toyota truck. That's a good looking picture.
That's a cool photo.
Mrs. Candu is asking, are you Mexico born and raised?
No, Mrs. Candu, I was born in Virginia. My dad was a Navy fighter pilot. I've been in Mexico for 14 years, but I've lived in 8 different states. I've lived in Belgium, I've lived in the Bahamas, and I was single-handed sailing on my own sailboat for 5 years in the Mid-Atlantic and Northern Caribbean. So I've been around a little bit. I've been in Mexico as an adult longer than I've lived anywhere.
Nice. Greg says we sell a lot of that Loctite at Home Depot. So how long you been actually doing it now that you start? Did you start your channel when you started detecting?
Yeah, I started the channel November 22nd with the unboxing of the
Wow.
Xterra Pro. That was my first video. And
being a former police officer and also being former undercover, for a long time, I didn't want to have any social media presence. But I decided after 20 years, nobody was worried about who the hell I was after 20 years. So when I got my detector that first time, I said, you know what? I'm going to try this YouTube thing. And I filmed my unboxing and I filmed my first hunt with my first little artifact or relic or thing I found. I did an old car lot where they used to have overflow VWs, and I found an actual VW emblem that was glued onto a car that fell off.
wow.
And then my first coin was a rosy dime in a park. But so yeah, that was my first video unboxing. And I will tell you this: you have taken the curve for starting off with shitty videos, and you've thrown that right away because you started off with a nice intro. You're detecting mermaid. This mermaid, your opening box there, and your opening thing is very professional. I didn't have anything like that for a long time, and you're not doing all the minutia of the crap you find and dwelling on it, like a lot of us did on our first videos where we mentioned the date of every zinc penny and count every pull tab, and you've watched videos and you've gone right past that for the learning curve, I think. And I think your videos for a new detectorist, a new YouTuber, I think your videos are pretty professional.
Thank you.
And
Is this your first YouTube channel?
Yes. Well, let me, I mean, basically, yes. I wanted to do YouTube for a long time, but I really didn't want my face on there. So I gave a little try for some faceless like animation things, but I think the most I ever published were maybe 3 videos or 4, and it just wasn't interesting. It was boring. It wasn't, I mean, in theory it was creative, but I just didn't have any passion for it. And you know, when I said earlier, when I was answering your earlier question, that a lot of things converged to make this happen. You know, metal detecting gave me a hobby that I love, and I love to learn. It got me outside more, and it could be a faceless YouTube channel. And as I've gotten more comfortable being a faceless YouTube channel, I started experimenting with just little bits of being on camera, and it wasn't nearly as hard as I thought. I mean, I've got a lot of bloopers, you know, where I start out.
Bloopers are great. You could do an annual bloopers video. My man Brad from Green Mountain Metal Detecting, every year he does a bloopers video, and it is just freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's one of his most popular videos.
Realistically, if somebody took the time to do it, we could make probably a 5-minute long bloopers video of every Saturday night stream.
Yeah, I
on Sunday.
Denise tells me all the time, you need to do a bloopers video. I have so much footage over 3 different computers and hard drives. It would take me forever to find all my bloopers. But there you go. Lucky Duck says you listed my reasons plus the community. Thank you, Miss Charlie. Yep, guys, we got 79 people in here. I don't know how many likes we have, but smash that thumbs up, guys. As Mr. Vernon likes to say, it's free.
I guess I should probably hit that.
I could write a book. And no, it won't be speaking, and it won't be speaking Spanish. And I know it's funny, Miss Mermaid, the night that I said that comment that somebody that Mike the Greek, I was so far up in the chat that I know you were lower when I got to it, going, Rob, don't say it. But I hadn't got down to your comment yet. So
Rob, that was so funny that Mike was worried you were gonna ban him. He emailed me, he says, Rob seems mad. Is he going to ban me?
Thank you, Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
I mean, I tried to warn you, but it was really funny. So it all works out in the end. For us, anyway.
I literally thought Charlie was going to fall out of his chair that night. I hadn't seen Charlie laugh that hard since he came back, and we all put on the prison outfits when he came back, and he was rolling. If you haven't gone back and watched that stream, Mermaid, and then the stream that Charlie showed up with no shirt on because he forgot he took his shirt off when he was doing dishes with his wife, and he shows up on the stream with no shirt on. That is also another flipping great night. Thank you, Phil. Thank you very much, Phil.
See, things happen to all of us, and in my job, I get a little dirty. I didn't realize it. I logged on one night after a day's work, and I didn't understand. The people in the store were laughing at me when I was doing my last job. I do mobile service. The people in the store were laughing at me, and they didn't understand why. The customer I was with didn't bother telling me. I never looked in a mirror, and my family didn't bother telling me. I was up here streaming for about 10 minutes before I realized my entire face was black with little clean dots around my eyes, cleaning my eyes. I'm like, none of you freaking bricks told me I was covered. And I went back harassing the store the next day. I'm like, that's why you guys are laughing, wasn't it? Yeah? Nobody thought to tell me.
Yeah, Nick says he doesn't show his face either. And I have a channel that started about the same time I did, and a channel called Thor's Treasure. He's over in Scotland. And the same with Rob Weigold. Rob Weigold here, who's a really early subscriber, found me because he had the same detector I did, the 705. And so did this guy in Scotland, Thor's Treasure. He had the same machine. And he's been on as long as I have now, 9 years. And he's never showed his face in a video. And if he has to do some video where he makes an announcement, he'll put a bandana or a hockey mask or something on. But he's had a very successful channel now for 9 years, and he's never shown his face. Treasure Outdoors. He doesn't show his face, and I
mean, the reality is, unless you're a narcissist, most of your hobbies don't involve your face.
No, you could easily metal detect because your camera's in front of you. So that's it. Look what Nick says. I figure people want to see the coins, not me. There you go.
I like doing things that make me a little uncomfortable, and this does. And I enjoy that part of it. I enjoy stretching myself.
Now, obviously you get comments on your video. Do any of the comments bother you?
No, not at all. I just don't want to put the energy to getting offended at things that are not worth getting offended over.
Good.
No, not at all.
Good for you. Good for you, because I had a detecting partner when Dalton and I were first together. I was doing a park near my house, and a young lady stopped, very young, attractive lady, and she watched me detect for a few minutes, and then she said, "Excuse me," and then we started talking. And I was the first detector she met in the county. She had a machine, and she's like, "I haven't been able to find anybody detecting," and she had done that park before. It was near her house because she felt comfortable going there, but she had never door knocked. So I started taking her, and she started doing some door knocking. She started finding some older coins, and then her and I started traveling a little bit, and then we'd hook up with Dalton, and the three of us would travel. Everybody used to say they were good looking. They were a good looking couple, and like that I was their dad, and I was like, no, I'm not their dad. But she was doing great, but she got a couple stalker type people.
Mm-hmm.
She had to cut one guy out completely because he went from showering her with free gifts and T-shirts and stuff to where basically he was contacting her offline saying, "Hey, listen, I want to meet you." And she's like, "I'm married." And he's like, "I don't care. Just dump your husband and stuff." And this guy got really carried away. And so she had to completely stop that channel. So there's a big female detector. She doesn't do any detecting anymore. She does a lot of thrifting. But a lady named Relic Recoverist. And she got with my friend, and Deej helped her out, and a couple of the other female channels helped her out. But that's something that the female detectors have to be wary of. That really doesn't happen to us guys. Put that up again, Zach. I didn't see the end of the comment.
What do you mean it doesn't happen to us guys? They're all over me, Robert.
Yeah, they're all over you, Zach. I see them beat down your door here every stream, sir.
We don't even close the door anymore.
Yeah, I've gotten some weird emails, not so much comments on my videos, but I've gotten some weird emails. Um, and my replies are, I do reply, but I'm cordial and I pretend like I don't know what they're getting at, and I just leave it very superficial and, thank you for watching. Um, I feel some protection because I live in such a remote place in Mexico that,
You are the definition of BFE, let me tell you.
yeah, I
So
mean, if someone's really going to get a passport and fly to Puerto Vallarta, I mean, first of all, anyone who comes here and says they're looking for me, my community is going to protect me.
yep.
And I'm not social. I'm not necessarily, I don't have friends here per se, but I have a presence here. And someone's going to send me a message saying, hey, some guy's here looking for you. And I'm going to say, well, tell him you don't know who I am. And that'll be fine. Like they'll protect me. I just don't worry about it.
See, Wendy's here. Wendy and Greg. Greg's her husband's a gentleman prospector. They use Greg's email. Smart move there. And Phil Leo, boom! Thank you very much. Thanks for hosting Zach and Rob. I tried to leave
Thank
Anna a
you.
super sticker, but she's
Now,
not
Mermaid,
monetized yet. Well,
you ever
Phil,
think
that's why she
you'll-
wants you folks to get the hours on one of her streams.
That's
because
right, Phil. Another 80 hours and I will qualify.
Now, Mermaid, do you think you'll ever drag your husband out to do the hobby with you?
I don't have a husband.
Oh, I thought you said you were married.
That was a setup, Zach. You knew she was single.
I thought she said she was married.
No. Now, I do wear rings though, but these are rings that are family rings and they sat in a box for so long.
I'm
and
sorry,
they're
Wendy.
just too pretty. So I took the diamond out and I replaced it with this blue stone. And then I made a necklace out of my mom and I designed this necklace and made this out of my mom and grandmother's diamond. So I've got this, but that was in that. I wear them because they're too pretty to sit in a box, but I'm not married. No.
You're very wise.
Sorry, Wendy. I got Chop Shop and Gentleman Prospector mixed up. Sorry. But I tell you, we do have several couples here that I think is great. As much as me and Denise have in common, as much as we do a lot of things together, she's got zero interest in treasure hunting and zero interest in holding the camera for me because she knows if she does it once, I'm going to want her to go out there and be my camera person again. So she doesn't do that. But I have another friend named Denise, a female friend, and she's happy to go out and do some camera work for me when we go out. So that works. But yeah, for the couples that are out doing this, you got Bill and Christine, Chop Shop and Wendy, and yeah, and so that's great that they're couples out there together. Well, see, that's the problem. That's the problem, Canslaw. Some people, especially guys, when it comes to a female person, they if a female shows friendship toward them, they misinterpret that. So this hobby is a lot tougher for females than it is for males. But being a male-dominated hobby, it works out to your advantage because there are videos that you do that get a lot more views than mine, and people like seeing a female detectorist out there. You're a lot rarer than a male detector, so so good for you. I mean, that's great for all the females out there doing these videos. So see, now I got that wrong again. Why am I getting this wrong tonight? Thank you, Charlie. I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop at the couples thing. I've gotten 2 out of 3 wrong tonight.
Yeah, Rob's just picking and choosing.
Exactly right, Grandma Kelly. Exactly right. I really like being alone. I really, really like being alone.
Good.
I've had some great relationships, but they just wanted more from me than I wanted to give. I don't want to do 24/7 with anybody ever.
Yeah, you don't have to explain yourself to anybody here. You're good.
Good for you. Yeah, I mean, rock on. Denise would be if Denise wasn't already asleep, she'd be popping her head in going, good for you, go girl. When Denise and I first met in our 30s, I was in my I think I was like 35 and Denise was like 32. And I had two female friends from high school that I go to dinner with every now and then. And they say to me, so, well, are you guys getting serious? And I'm like, well, yeah. Are you going to get married? I go, I'm not a married kind of guy. And thanks, Mark. And they said, you need to make an honest woman out of her and get married because, you don't want to wait too long for her to have kids. She's getting older. I go, she doesn't want kids. And they were like, oh, no, she wants kids. You're just not paying attention. I go, no, she doesn't want kids. And because these two women just couldn't understand that there are certain women out there that can live without having kids, that don't feel like they're incomplete without having a child. And it took them to meet her before she sat there and said, no, Rob's right. I don't want any. She's got 3 nieces, and now 2 of those nieces have their own babies to where she just became a great aunt, and she loves doting on the kids, but she doesn't want one here 24/7. And I'm amazed she puts up with me 24/7. Okay, so
Lance figured it out. She just doesn't want to share the spot. It's my gold.
See what Charlie? Not all of us want crotch goblins.
He's not wrong.
Many Menardos, aka ankle biters. That's right.
Now, you said that you had initially seen the hobby via underwater detecting. Do you have any scuba experience, and are you going to try to underwater detect?
Yeah, we always snorkel with clients on the boat trips, so I'm in the water a lot with them. I used to scuba in Florida because I was living on a boat not all the time in Florida. When I first got to Florida, I was on my sailboat and I docked at Riviera Beach Marina. And there was a dive boat there, and I got really good friends with the couple who owned it. And so they would invite me. Oh, thank you, Hobo Rob. They would invite me out to go scuba diving with them because I was right there. And as long as I tipped the guide and, tossed them some money for refilling the tanks, I could go anytime I wanted. So I got NAUI certified. I haven't been in a long time. I don't really have any desire to do anything deep, though. I'm
all right,
fine
what about the Blue Nemo? Have you checked out a Blue Nemo?
I want one so badly.
Okay,
oh my God, I want one so badly.
Charlie has one, and him and I are trying to arrange a trip up to a spot in Georgia. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to give it away. But there's a spot up in Georgia that I don't think has been underwater detected. It's a very popular camping spot, and Charlie and I are trying to organize a time where we can get 3 days off together. And Charlie and I can get up there. He's got the Blue Nemo. I've got scuba gear, and I am certified, but all my scuba gear is so old, I'd have to get it I'd have to get my tanks recertified.
Right.
And but yeah, and but I will tell you though, I mean, like I said, that first nickel, the first coins you start finding with that coil underwater, I think it's addicting. To me, it's like treasure hunting. When you're underwater,
I'm sure it's going to be. And it's just so quiet underwater, and no one can bother you, and it feels good.
I've only dove a few times. Obviously, to get your open water certification, you have to do a 60-foot dive. And you're right; it is just the most peaceful thing in the world when you're 50, 60 feet underwater. It is just so peaceful, so quiet. But yeah, I haven't done it in quite a while. But it's just, like we got Greg here, AU Diver 79. He's a skydiver. He's a parachutist. And I'm sure he'll tell you the same thing. I'm sure he'll tell you it's just absolutely magnificent and peaceful up there. And I feel the same way about scuba diving. And as much as I love hunting with groups, as much as I love going to the Florida hunts and the big meeting events, I also enjoy spending a whole day by myself detecting too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, have you ever met another detectorist down there? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. There actually is a pretty active group in Puerto Vallarta. I know 2 of them, and they're real nice guys. They're both really quiet, really just mild-mannered, decent people. They both have a Deus too. And then there's another guy who's an ass. He doesn't talk to anybody. He doesn't fill in his holes. And if he finds trash, he just chucks it back in the hole and leaves it there. I've never spoken to him, which is fine. But the other 2 guys are great. And then I met another guy who also has an Xterra Pro, and he was really excited to see me out when I had mine. And and he seems like a real good guy too. Although I only talked to him, for that one day. But there's a group of about 20 guys, and they seem. I mean, I've only met the 2/3 of them, and I don't think they talk to this jerk who does it either. But I don't have any interest in being part of a group. This is sort of my own thing that I go do to be in my bubble. So I won't do that.
So there's actually a mine lab. I heard you say mine lab, Mexico. So is that where you get your products through?
Well, I ordered the Xterra Elite from Ryan at Metal Detecting Shop, Ryan McCarty. That was a great experience, by the way. He was great. But then when I broke it, I contacted Mine Lab Mexico. I didn't get a response for a while. Then I contacted Mine Lab USA and talked to them, and they got in touch with Mine Lab Mexico. So everybody's trying to work out how to get this thing fixed for me, because everyone knows that if I have to send it back to the US and then get it shipped back, it's going to be almost as much as the whole thing costs because of taxes and duties and shipping. Because I have to pay 16% duties plus the extra shipping. So it really adds up. Everything I buy from the US, I basically have to build in a 35 to 40% additional cost. So
Wow.
it's pricey. So everyone's trying, they're all doing their best to figure out how to make this happen. It's just not going to be fast. Nothing in Mexico is fast.
Okay, I can understand that. Because I know I've had to send my carrot back. I had that back in 7 days. I've had to send 3 detectors to Mine Lab back, all of them that got wet. And I've had all those back between 7 and 9 days. And, you pay the shipping to send it to them, and then they just ship it back to you in the same box you sent it, and then they cover the return shipping. So, I mean, you just can't argue that. I mean, their response time is super fast. That, as soon as you call them, they give you the the RPO number for the return, and and I've understood that Nocta and Deus are pretty much the same way. And when you've got 4 big companies out there competing for this, you really do have to offer good customer service, or they're just going to go to one of the competitors' products. So
yeah, they're trying to get the parts into Mexico, and getting anything through customs can take anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. It is what it is. I mean, thank God I have the simplex. If I didn't have that, I'd be done for a while. Or I just have to buy another detector for in the meantime. But I do have the simplex, which I really do love. That thing is such a coin magnet. It's great.
So you can definitely use that on the dry sand beach or the wet sand.
Yeah.
And so cancel.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
The day you went in the water, did you have any protective footwear on the water that day that you found your boat mooring?
No, I did not wear anything.
Because I know, I don't know if you know who I Dig Daytona is, Brian, that does Daytona Beach, and the vast majority of time he's in barefoot too, and he'll do most of the dry sand and a little bit of the wet sand. And he's
Sorry,
is that
if
a
you can hear
donkey?
the bird.
Yes. That's hilarious.
Can I say an adult thing?
Yeah.
I kind of joke, okay, because you all know I have roosters all around me, and then the donkey, I say I'm surrounded by cock and ass.
Wow, that was awesome.
The roosters go, the burro goes.
See, Mark, and I love it. That one video I did where Denise K filmed me out up to my neck in water in the Gulf. I could literally get up and start in the water up to my neck, and I could stay in that water all day up to my neck, and it's just I zone out when I'm out there in the water, because the nice thing about the Equinox, and like I say, the Mine Lab's the only machine I've ever had. I've never had any other company's machine, but another reason I wanted it is because it's very quiet in the salt water. It doesn't chatter. A lot of machines chatter. The NOx doesn't chatter. If you haven't beach 2 mode, which is the underwater mode, when you're out there in 5 feet of water, and I'm up to here in water, you're walking along parallel with the beach, it doesn't make a sound. So when you've got your headphones on, and you could just start daydreaming. You could just start thinking, you could start thinking about, your bank account or taxes or whatever, and you're just a million miles away, and then all of a sudden, boop, you get that noise. It just brings you right back into reality, and you got a signal because you're not listening to chatter all the time. Yeah, I could detect the water up to my shoulders and neck all day long, and then people ask me all the time when I'm at night in the water. When I'm in the water at night, I generally don't go past my waist or crotch or my knees. It would have to be a very lit up bright night for me to go a little deeper in that. We don't really have a shark problem in Clearwater. I have seen a guy catch a 3.5-foot shovelhead shark on the beach, but that was way out further. But if I'm with somebody else on the beach and they're within earshot of me, I'll do. But a lot of people, when they see my underwater videos at night, they're like, "I can't believe you're out there in that water at night." And I'm like, "We just don't really have a problem here. We have more problem with jellyfish than anything." In the springtime, you gotta wear your booties or your footies or your Crocs, and you got to shuffle your feet. I've fortunately never gotten stung by a jellyfish, but I hear they're pretty painful.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm really going to do a lot of in the water stuff, I'll definitely get a pair of dive booties again, because we have a lot of manta rays, and they can be. I mean, they're not aggressive by any stretch, but if you step on one, of course, it's going to protect itself. So.
Phil Leo, that's a great comment. My sister told me once that you're going to die a very lonely old man because I like being alone. And Phil's right. People think being alone makes you lonely. Those are two different things, guys. Being alone and being lonely. You can be lonely in a whole big crowd of people, guys. It's whether you like yourself as a person. I like myself as a person. I don't. Obviously, we realize Rob doesn't take himself too seriously, but I have no problem being alone. I don't get depressed being alone, guys. Now the hip pisses me off, but I can, like I say, I can sit alone home all day and read a book or watch video, watch YouTube and catch up.
One of the favorite quotes I heard about being alone was off of MythBusters show. They were down in the train shop, and the guy was telling Rob Lowe or whatever his name was, they were gonna blast a train, sandblast a train, and he says, "Well, you got any pointers for me?" He says, "Well, it's really loud, and you're gonna be in this helmet, and it's just gonna be deafening around you. So you better make sure you like who you're in that helmet with."
That's exactly right. And Park Rat had there was a time a while ago, about 3 years ago, and I'm not going to mention names here, but we had somebody in the metal detecting community that was very very opinionated, I think very bullying, and he affected another detectors who called me up very upset that this guy was talking about giving up his channel. And I gave him Park Rat's quote. I don't know if Pat's still here tonight, but Pat's famous quote is, "Do not let somebody else rent time in your head for free." And exactly. I've never forgotten that quote. Don't give somebody the time of day in your head. Don't give them that time in your head. Just I mean, it's maybe easier said than done, but yeah, get the negativity. People say,
well, and for me, like it's none of my business what anybody else does or thinks. I just don't care that much, and it keeps life peaceful.
Yeah, Lance, it is. But if you look at Shane and those guys, Ohio River History, that went out there with the Nemo. The Nemo's just one piece of equipment with a regulator, and you get a pair of nice goggles. The guy, the big channel, the guy in Australia. I can't believe I can't remember his name, but the big huge guy in Australia. He uses the Nemo. And yeah, there's a lot more involved when you're doing full scuba gear as opposed to the Nemo. That Nemo is a great invention, and I know it wasn't specifically made for metal detectors, but man, that thing is perfect for metal detectors. If you've got a shallow lake, oh, and see, look, Greg dives too. Besides being a skydiver, he's also a scuba diver. Greg goes on above and below. There's Miss Torchy.
See, Greg's
2,500 dives.
Greg's problem is the surface world. He doesn't mind being above it or below it. It's just right up there on the surface where everybody else lingers. He doesn't like to hang around too much.
Hey, Jared, Flying Arrow. Now,
Mr.
do you have any beaches your way that get cruise ships in that you get like Gene does over when we dig it, where the island he's on gets cruise ships, and they have some of the beaches they can do
Um,
where they get drops from the cruise people.
we do get cruise ships, but they don't go to the beaches. They get ferried to their excursions and ferried back. Um, I mean, we have a pretty significant. We have a few heavy tourist beaches, but not so much cruise ships. They
So they're
just
more from
don't.
the hotels. They're more from the
Yeah,
hotels.
yeah,
Because the one I saw you were on, you were in front of a nice hotel that had some lounge chairs and stuff there. Um,
yes,
we
yeah.
have some
That's
nice
where I found the
hotels.
gold-plated ring, and then the
Yep.
other men's rings that I found are in front of a pretty swanky gay men's club. It's like a beach club. They open at I think 10 or 11, and they're open until like 2 in the morning. And that's where I found all of my other rings. So,
Hey, whatever works.
I'm not saying nothing.
yeah, thank you. Thank you, Fairy Dust. Yeah, although I'm really looking forward to finding something for women. All the jewelry I found is men's stuff.
There's our guy Phil with Saturday night's joke of the night. I once ate donkey and it tasted like ass.
Falling behind, Rob.
I know, I am, as I was listening to her stories. Yep, Hobo Rob says, I'll being out in the woods by myself. Dalton and I did one hike into the woods for an old home site that we found. And that's pretty much the only hike we've ever done in the woods. We just don't have a lot of woods property down here to do. And that was an enjoyable day out with Mr. Dalton that day. But absolutely Mystic. There you go. Never feed the trolls. Absolutely Mystic.
That's
Oh
not
wow,
true.
Phil Leo. My mother loved Dr. Leo Biscaglia. Phil, she read his books. She watched his shows. Wow, Phil, that's bringing back a nice flash from the past there with my mom. No, not Bondi. The well built guy down in Australia.
Hey, you diver.
Michael.
Come on, man.
No, he is. He's
No, I'm talking to you, diver.
not Bondi. Michael. Come on, guys. You guys got to help me out here.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I'm not sure either.
you-
Diver. Oh, diver.
That's what I was saying. Come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Michael
I
Oliver.
did
That's it.
not
Thank you,
give them
Eastman.
a free
Michael
vibrator.
Oliver.
This is
They
the
did
Saturday
not
night
get a
show.
free vibrator.
Mermaid, check out. His name is Michael Oliver.
Okay.
He's in Australia. He makes his money doing ring recoveries.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah. Well, is he not a good-looking, well-built guy?
I guess.
Oh, okay.
Christ, Rob. The lady in the room's less interested in the guy than you are. All right, and I have a serious question for you. Let's say that Michael Jackson was still walking the earth. If he walked by you, would you?
Oh, stop. I had to take shit from my poker buddies, okay? I don't have to take shit from this room.
Rob,
Okay?
I've got a nice club you can go to in Puerto Vallarta.
Well, you know what's funny? When I made detective, and I was assigned to the next open spot for detectives when I made detective was for undercover, and we had our city police department had its own undercover division of 5 guys, but and the county started a big multi-jurisdictional 80-man unit that we had FBI, DEA, Coast Guard, and each city sent a representative. Well, none of our guys wanted to go to that. They wanted to stay in their little group, so I got shipped off to the county into this big 80-man drug unit. Well, my first or second week there, they sent me into this bar to buy some drugs. They go, oh, Rob, there's just drugs all over the place. You got money in your pocket. Just go buy some drugs. Come on out. It'll be one of your first buys. You're making it. I get in there, and it's really dark, and I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't realize that all the bartenders are male. I didn't realize that I didn't see any females in this bar. And then when I said, well, okay, I was feeling a little uncomfortable. So I said, well, I'm just go into the restroom, pop into the restroom for a minute. I go into the restroom and I'm in there and I realize there's just pictures of just naked guys on the walls everywhere. And I'm thinking, I went into the females' restroom, but I turn around and there's a urinal there. And that's when it hit me. These assholes sent me into a gay bar as initiation that night for my undercover. And I come out and the entire squad was they're just laughing their asses off at me. And,
but were you able to pick up the blow?
No, I didn't buy anything in the bar. I got the hell out of the bar, Zackson.
So much for being a team player.
No, I was not taking one for the team that night, Zach, okay?
What about Tim?
Got a pinpointer for you.
Yeah.
Just a tip.
Oh. How you doing, Carissa? Welcome. Yeah, John Candy. Well, you know, it's funny. Mystic just brought that thing up about John Candy and Armed Dangerous. We had a park in the city I worked in that the restroom at the back of the park was kind of getting known as a gay guy hangout, and they had like a glory hole in one of the stalls there, and it was getting a really bad reputation. And we were getting some phone calls, the letter they said it didn't include it. Well, anyway, we were having a real problem with this thing. So the sergeant that was in charge of the undercover guys, he took a couple of us patrol guys that were on the list to become detective, and they said, you know, we're going to send you guys into the park. So I dressed proud as, I guess, you know, I put on this hot pink tank top and really tight shorts, and I went sashaying down through this park, and one of the other guys on the radio that was monitoring our thing was in his patrol car with binoculars. He was on the radio, and we didn't use 10 codes. We used plain language, but he didn't want to say gay over the radio, but he wanted to say, and he saw me, but he didn't know it was me. And he was trying to say, I got a potential suspect coming down the trail. So he didn't know what to say. So he got on the radio and he went, I got a very fine fellow coming down the road. And the whole department just lost it. They were cracking up. And
so you guys were running an undercover operation where at every strategic point around this park, they could hear people laughing for some odd reason. Why was the bush laughing?
But our sergeant, who was leading the group, he actually went in the bathroom and got picked up by a guy, and we wound up and the guy exposed himself to my sergeant, and we wound up bringing the guy in, and the guy had no idea why he was there, and it turns out he was a brand new employee with the city, and he had a big management position with the city, and he had no idea he was there until my sergeant walked in, and that's when his face fell, and he was not real happy, but so but hey Venture, good evening tonight.
Yeah, let's go ahead and change that subject.
Yes.
Rob, you know, I've told you what my theme song is, right?
No. For you or me?
My theme song. But the more I hear you talk, I feel like we share the same theme song. It is Julius Fuckick, March of the Gladiators. Or Entry of the Gladiators, depending on how you look it up.
I don't want the Gladiators to be my theme song. I do like the movie though. But anyway, well, Miss Anna, it's 11:30. We generally go to about 11:45, so that gives us about 15 more minutes. We have not run any races tonight. Silver Wishes, are you still with us here in the room tonight? No, Minix, we're not doing that again.
What?
It did derail bad.
There's been worse. I mean,
would you still like to do your 3 silver coins, Miss Silver Wishes? I'll set up a comment picker tonight if she wants. Yes. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to set up a comment picker for Miss Silver Wishes. Thank you for the donation tonight.
Absolutely. Donna, I always remember it. I hear it all the time.
This time has flown by.
It does. It does, Mermaid.
Once you get Rob off on a good story or two before you know it. Rob has a Merc dime, or I'm sorry, Minix has a Merc dime and a $2 bill for DAL.
Wow, you guys are awesome. All right,
Oh wait, he doesn't say DAL. He's for a prize. Sorry.
Lovely.
So used to the races.
Alrighty, guys, type in Silver Wishes. She's offering up 3 silver dimes for us getting Miss Mermaid up over 700. I hope everybody here tonight has checked out her channel and subscribed to her.
Somebody can throw Mermaid's link up again. We'd appreciate that. Ishman says they found a silver hammered and a silver mill on the same day a while back. Something
Thank
like
you,
that.
Fairy Dust. That's really sweet. Thank you.
What did Fairy Dust say?
Mystic, thank you very much. Yes, folks, please check out Miss Silver Wishes channel since she's the one. This is not the first time she's donated, folks, so please check out her channel also. She's a great supporter of Charlie and I. Nice, Ishman. Very nice. You know what? I'm going to go over to the other panel, and I'm going to get on this
Fairy
too.
Dust.
So are you spending your money and stuff that you find on your beaches, or you got a little jar you shove it all in?
I keep the really, really good stuff, and I give all the cars and little toys and things to the neighborhood children.
Yeah. Now you say neighborhood. Are there other people near you?
In the city, yes. In my city apartment, I'm on a block with a lot of kids. So I just sort of divvy up any kid stuff that I find to them. And of course, most of what I find are coins. So, I spend that. I use that.
Thank you, Danny D. She put up Silver Wishes link. Mrs. Kendu said Charlie's going to be so mad he missed Mermaid up on panel. Yes, he is, Mrs. Kendu. Absolutely.
Well, Mermaid, you're coming over to the Sunday show. In the morning,
she's going to be with us tomorrow, guys.
Yep.
After we run this comment picker tonight, guys, I'm going to let Miss Mermaid give her big announcement because we're only
got a little announcement for you guys.
Yes, we're only 30 minutes away. So we're going to go ahead and run this race right now. And win this race.
Well, Phil Leo has an announcement for us.
All righty, guys. 3, 2, 1 for 3 silver dimes.
We're sorry.
Oh my goodness!
Due to recent events and the possibility of a rigged jury here, we had to remove one player.
Is Rob here?
Yeah, is Rob here? That's right. I don't see him making a comment.
Rob got thrown out for a minute.
I don't see a comment from Rob.
All righty, guys. Let's try this. Let's try this again, and Rob will not enter. Okay.
You entered because you wanted to win it. That was a fair win.
It was a fair win, but let's Silver Wishes donates a lot of stuff, so let's redo that one again, guys. Type it in again, guys.
Guy McClure himself.
I did McClure myself. Thank you, Carissa.
Paul. Thank you very much, Clarissa.
Everybody's
Thank
free.
you.
Patty D, I'm mailing your coin off Monday, dear. I finally got one in stock. Rob is not here. He's not here mentally. And then Zach, did you say was it Relic Reaper that wanted to do a dime and a $2 bill?
Minix.
Or Minix, excuse me. Thank you, Mr. Minix. We'll do that after Miss Anna's announcement. Alrighty, guys, we'll give 10 more seconds here to get your silver wishes comment in for the 3 silver dimes. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Finding America saying you got robbed.
Boom!
Great,
Bart
Finding
Cubbins.
America.
Bart Cubbins, and Bart Cubbins is here. Bart Cubbins, email silver wishes. Can you put your email in the chat for him?
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Bart.
Thank you,
Congrats,
Silver
Bart.
Wishes.
Pretty sure
All right,
Bart's
Mr.
in
Mermaid.
the night.
Miss Mermaid, do you want me to put it up or do you want to announce it first and have me put it up?
I'll announce it first, but it's only going to take me a second. So, I mean, it's not that long of an explanation. So, guys, I have been working on something for about 5 or 6 weeks. I'm really excited. It launches at midnight tonight, Central Standard Time. So 1 a.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Pacific. I've been working on a website. It's Metal Detecting Mermaid. If you go there now, you'll just see a coming soon page because it's not, it launches at midnight. But I've got merch for sale. I'm scouring for metal detecting news. I've got a membership program. And I'm going to be incorporating gold prospecting and magnet fishing too, but that's down the line. So Rob's going to give you all a sneak peek.
There's her website, guys. It's she gave me the password to get into it tonight. That's her homepage. You can browse her products. She's got merch here. And
I'm also starting, for any of you who like solving puzzles and that sort of thing, I am starting a weekly contest in my videos where there's going to be a word scramble or some little trivia question in my video. And if you figure it out, email me the answer at info@metaldetectingmermaid.com and then put hashtag MDM treasure in the comments. They're all the rules there. And I'm going to do a weekly prize for that.
if you follow my current,
So all of that is on the website.
You follow my cursor. She's got watch her Monday video. She's part of our Monday Digs cruise, guys. So hashtag Monday Digs. You'll see her premiere video every week. So watch her Monday video. Play along with the hashtag MDM Treasure Challenge. She's got it listed right here. Winners are announced in the next video. She does some hunt challenges, and she's got all the rules and different fun stuff she's going to do, guys. She's starting her own membership page. She's got a donation section here to help out with getting that detector fixed. And we've also got she's got a members only section, guys, where you can sign up and access several different things. Guys, this is an extremely
Scroll down the homepage. Scroll down the homepage, actually. Rob, go to the homepage.
Okay.
And scroll down that. Because a lot of that page is blurred out because it's for members. Scroll down that one. The contest is going to start not on this Monday Digs coming up. It's going to start March 3rd. So 1 week from today. And I'll put out a little reminder video.
Oh, she's even got her videos, guys. I didn't scroll down as much to see her videos. There's her videos. You can link to it.
Those are the members things. There's the YouTube section.
Because if you're on her homepage, guys, you can go right here. She's got this little arrow right here, guys. And if you click on that, it opens up her YouTube page, guys. So you can get right to her YouTube page with it. Folks, this is very professionally done. I asked her, and she said,
go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
Well, I just said you've got experience in building audiovisual media, right?
It's been a fun project to work on. The other thing for anyone who is interested in the membership page or the member program, there's an app. So, because I think, a lot of people use their phone, and I thought it's going to be really annoying if people have to go to the website on their little phone keypad and then have to log in. So you only have to do that one time from a phone, and then you can download my own app. And then once you download the app, all you have to do is click on the app and you're on the site and in the members section. So you don't have to fool with a tiny keyboard ever again after the one time to download the app.
Very nice.
Excellent. Have a good night, Miss Charlie. Thanks for hanging out with us. Bill says, great website, great professional. Guys, Grandma Kelly has taken her channel and built up her channel. Not everybody agrees with the way she's done it, but she's done it her way. She's very successful, guys. She's built up a channel, and she's put a lot of work into building up the channel. She puts on several shorts a day, and she's got her shorts done out through April or May, which means she's got, 100 shorts done for the next 2 months? Guys, that takes hours upon hours upon hours to do that work. Anna has spent hours and hours and days doing this because she's really been wanting to get this done for the stream tonight. So, folks, I hear people bitch and complain about YouTube all the time, guys. Oh, it's not worth your time being on here. You got to work at it, guys. You put back into it. Now, sometimes can you put more into it? There was a channel that started off metal detecting, and they thought they were going to go big, so they went out and bought hundreds of dollars of merchandise that they bought and ordered and had it stacked at their house, and then it just didn't go over. I've started a little bit of merch and offered it for sale. I haven't sold one. So people can sit there and say, "Oh, put your merch out. I want your merch." But for people to say that and then drop $20 is a different thing. So for her to put all this work into this webpage, guys, and people say, "Oh, well, she just got lucky." No, she worked her ass off, guys. Okay, she worked her ass off putting this together. Okay, is she new? Yes. Is she avoiding a lot of the mistakes that new people made? Yes. And you can do that by watching other successful channels. Miss Kelly has worked her ass off. Shane, who's got a very successful channel with Ohio River history, he's worked his ass off. Okay, Park Rat Pat has built his channel with shorts. He's gone 2,000 members past me. My goal now is to try and catch Pat, put more shorts on. So he's put a lot of work into it. Guys, I rewatch every stream. I'll rewatch this stream. I'll see comments that I missed, that I shouldn't have missed, that I'm sorry I missed, and I'll try and bring them up next week. And I try and write down every new person or make sure that they're in the next week's race that showed up. I put a lot of work into mine. I put a lot of work into building 4 or 5 different duck races for members, non-members, the general viewing thing, and then I review all this stuff. And I can't really metal detect a lot right now, but I'm trying to put together the best of videos from different hunts and put no fluff in it, guys, just all good finds. So people that on YouTube put a lot of work into this, guys, and you sit there and say, well, that person got lucky or that got lucky. It's usually done by a lot of hard work. And so that's why I'm giving her props tonight, guys. People say, well, gee, I wonder why he's putting her up here tonight. Because she's put a lot of work into this. Okay, she may be new. If some other new channel comes up and says, hey, I'm starting a website, can you feature me? Be happy to. Okay, be happy to. We're happy to get Angel, try and get her back over 200 after YouTube screwed her by dumping her channel for no reason. We did the same thing with Mr. Randy, Metal Detecting with Randy, when YouTube screwed him over and dropped his channel for no reason. We did a giveaway for him, got his channel back up, and now Randy is he's just soaring. You want a guy that works his ass off to build his channel? Metal Detecting with Randy. Folks, YouTube can be a good thing to help people out. I'm having fun with this. I'm not making a lot of money with it. I'm making a little bit of money with it, but I'm having fun with it, guys. Does it work out to probably 30 cents an hour? Yeah, but who cares? I'm having fun with it. So if she's having fun with it, guys, and then she can turn this into a little side business, good for you, Anna. Good for you.
Thank you. So one thing I want to say, because it does launch at midnight tonight Central Time. If you all do like any of the merch, I've got about 24 designs up. If you like any of the merch, if you use the code LAUNCH, LAUNCH, all capital letters, let me put it in the chat. It's 15% off.
Very nice.
Until next Sunday's stream. So at the end of Rob's next Sunday morning stream, so it's 8 days basically of 15% off. So
very nice.
Just use the code launch, and I'll put something on the community board and that kind of thing. So let me just make sure I think I've covered everything. And any feedback you have, guys, I'm really receptive to any feedback, positive or constructive. But, I want this to, this isn't for me necessarily. It's because I did a lot of research, and there's some merch for metal detecting available, but there's not a whole lot. And I really like being creative, and I've had fun with this. So, but if it's not serving the community, then it's not any good. It's just taking up bandwidth. So I'm very, very receptive to any feedback you all have. So don't hesitate to shoot me an email if there's something else you want to see, or if you like this slogan and not that design, or you want a different color. Let me know and I'll try to accommodate.
Yeah, see, Bill said the same thing. Bill and Christine, great supporters of Charlie and I. They sent us some great merch for Christmas. They sent us some great merch before Christmas. They've got a phenomenal logo with the seagull. And they're building their channel up the right way. Him and Christine have just such a phenomenal rapport with each other. They're absolutely hilarious. You will get laughs every time you watch their video. A great couple out there that they both love the hobby. And he says he feels like he works more now for YouTube than he did. Me too. I do too. But it's a labor of love. And so yeah, guys, have fun with it.
Thank you, Natalie.
So. Martin Smike, take care. See you, buddy. So yeah, guys, it's going to launch in 18 minutes. So check it out. And we're going to have her in the morning, and we're going to, since it will be live, we'll go ahead and show the page live in the morning. I'm not sure if Charlie's going to be able to be with us. If Charlie's not going to be there, Mr. Bill Paparouse said he'd be step in as co-host. So I thank Bill very much for filling in at the last second. Thank you, Bill. It's not the numbers, but the content. I agree. Yeah, it's fun to make. Cancelall's close to 200. Danny D's coming up on a milestone. I think she's close to there she is, 868. So she's close to 1K, guys. Folks, we want you to hit these numbers. I did a members video thinking of how outside the box you can be. Guys, if we all subscribe to each other here, we can all grow to a certain level, but you can only be as big as the biggest channel here, because if we're staying inside that box. I did a members video on how to think outside the box. Check out live streams you've never been to. Check out maybe some other hobby that you like that's maybe not your main hobby. Go to another metal detecting crew channel that you've never been to. Guys, there's a whole bunch of guys out in the Midwest, guys up in the New England that I've never checked out and known before. But stop into one of their streams and say hi. You may get 4 or 5 new subs. You may get some new people. Expand your channel. Get some new users there. There's so many great ideas. This website's a great idea for Miss Mermaid to try and do stuff. But that's about it, guys. That's all I had tonight. But so go ahead, Miss Mermaid.
That's it for me. Do you want to run one more race?
Yes.
Mr. Minix.
Mr. Minix said he has the silver dime and the $2 bill. Why, did you have anything tonight, Anna?
I'm sorry?
Did you have anything you wanted to do tonight with a race?
Well, let's do ours tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Now let's do the one Mr. Minix is offering up tonight, guys. A silver dime.
And a $2 bill.
And a $2 bill. So let me set that one up right now.
We'll double up for me tomorrow.
All right, let's take this off the screen. Beautiful website. I just love the website.
Thank you.
I know.
There's a lot left to do on it, but it's an all right start.
All righty, guys, let's type in Mr. Minix. Alrighty, guys, start collecting comments. Mr. Minix, this is for a silver dime. And a $2 bill. Oh, Zach, I went to here while everybody's loading that up and doing it. I went to several banks over the last several days taking coins back, and I ordered 2 boxes of pennies, and my bank said they could still get pennies. So I'm going to be very interested to find out with Trump stopping the minting of pennies. They only have minted them January and part of February. How many? A lot of coin shops are saying the 2025 penny might be something to hang on to. So I ordered 2 boxes of pennies. One, I was happy that I can still get them, and we're going to see if we get any 2025s in those 2 boxes of pennies.
I mean, I think pennies should have been stopped a long time ago. I didn't know that he had done that, but that's something I can agree with. What a useless coin in America.
Now it costs 3.7 cents to make every penny.
Yeah, but what a useless coin in America. Nothing is a penny. Nothing is a couple of pennies. It's just ridiculous.
Come on, buddy. I can't bend over any more than that, or I'll fall out of the chair. We're not doing that again.
Don't worry, Rob.
The second you go to pick him up, he lays down. Psst, psst, come here. Come here. Psst, psst. I guess you're not going to go and scream.
I agree what's in the plug. I like that too.
Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. I watch several different channels from around the world. Bill says, wait, Zach, most of my finds are pennies. Without them, I'm nothing.
No, Minix has him beat. He says there's still a gas station that sells Tootsie Rolls for a penny where he lives. Not here.
Wow.
Well,
Talca actually put out an enjoyable video today.
Who did? I'm
for
sorry.
anyone who wants to give Talca a little love.
Okay.
See, now you're talking about Talca detector in Peru?
Yep.
Something like that? Now, does he put out videos in English or Spanish?
No, it's in Spanish, but he is part of the auto dubbing program. So he said in 36 hours it will be available in English.
Yeah, I think that's the problem that a lot of us have is we don't speak the same language.
And I can't understand all of it either. I'm good, but I'm better at speaking it and reading it than I am understanding it when it's spoken.
Yeah.
So.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Alrighty, guys. We got 60 folks in for this. Let's go ahead and run this for the silver dime and the $2 bill. Thank you, Mr. Minix. And 3, 2, 1.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, good luck, good luck, as Charlie would say. Boom, snap and scavenge.
Nice snap. Minix, throw your email in chat if you would, please.
And we're going to do several races tomorrow, guys. We're going to have obviously we're going to have several duck races for everybody in the stream. We'll probably do at least one comment picker. And you going to let me pick you up? Come here. Come here. Come here. You're a slob.
Oh, snap and scavenge. That's nice. Hey, Rob, snap and scavenge is being run it again because he won a few weeks ago.
All right, let's. Here, I'll do it. I'll do this the easy way then. That Zach told me I can do this. So everybody that's in the stream that's made a comment in the last few minutes will automatically be entered. Let's just do it that way. I didn't even know we could do this till Zach explained this to me. Yeah, that would be bad, Paula. Is he up on the table? Yes, he is. He's up on the table. Come here. Come here.
You guys are bad. Everybody thinks I'm the bad one.
You can tell the person I'm the person that doesn't feed him because he doesn't give 2 shits about me. Okay. Yep. Just make any comment and it'll show up there, guys. But we'll be right back here at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and I'll set that stream up as soon as we log off tonight. And the cat says nope. Yeah, he's not having any of it tonight. Yeah, the pet alligator. Yeah. Flugman, the pain in the ass.
You're fine, Minix.
Minix, if you win this, that would be freaking hilarious.
Save it.
Alrighty, guys, we'll give it 5 more seconds. 5. Thank you, Cassie or Carissa. We much appreciate that. Found out that she's local, guys. She lives in the same city as Denise and I.
Oh, cool.
Yep. When she won a prize for the Christmas thing and she sent me her address, I went, that's like 2 miles away. And we surprised her and showed up and handed her a prize in person. Very good, Donna. You can catch us the last half hour, Donna. Alrighty, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Oh. Boom, Mr. Neal.
Treasure Hunt and Neil, congrats.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Neil. Get with Mr. Minix, Neil, and he's always very prompt on sending his prizes out. So thank you very much.
Minix
All right, Miss Mermaid, Miss Anna, thank you for being here tonight. Zach, thanks for holding the fort down
Thank
with us
you all
tonight.
so much.
My pleasure. Nice talking to you guys.
It flies by, don't it, Anna? It just flew by.
Yeah, it really did.
All right. Well, I will set up the stream for tomorrow morning, guys, and I'll get the link sent out to Miss Anna, and we'll see you all tomorrow with Mr. Bill, and we'll have Miss Anna on again, and we'll see how the website's doing. All righty. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Thank you guys. Have a great one. Catch you later.